Hi, we're continuing the manifesting school. You ready to get what you want? I'm ready. I'm ready for you to have it. Here is a wonderful intuitive tool to help you manifest your dreams, to get you on your right path. Pay attention to the signs. Signs are unique to you. If you've studied any type of mysticism, you'll know like 1111 or repeating numbers or seeing a feather, or those can be signs for you. But more than anything, it's what resonates with you. You will know when the universe is talking to you, and the universe will repeat it over and over and over again. So pay attention to those signs. I know I was working on my first novel. I was writing the first draft of it. I call it the creative draft. And everywhere I went, I saw little pieces of that story. And the signs only made sense to me. And it was a sign to keep going. Keep going. When you are on your right path, you will see signs. You will know who you are in the process, and you'll feel a sense of lightness. You'll be cheering yourself on because you can see the universe is cheering you on. So look for those signs. And again, I want to stress that the intuition is a very unique journey. It is about you and your relationship with the divine. And what I mean by that is that a sign that makes sense to me, that works in my intuitive dictionary, may not be a sign that works for you. So pay attention to the repetitive messages that are coming forward for you. Another way to approach this repetitive message and looking at signs, this is one that I have held firm to for years. If someone tells me something multiple times, and it's not just, oh, change, that's not a specific enough message. It's something very distinctive, if that is coming up over and over again, or there is a perspective that I'm holding that I need to consider, and it keeps coming up over and over again. Not all signs are intuitive. Some signs are messages from within that you need to explore and say, okay, am I going against my own boundaries? Am I stepping outside of my truth? Am I living from a place of fear? Am I holding some guilt or shame? And so everything that is in alignment with that shame is being magnetized. And so then maybe I need to step back and accept myself for who I am, and accept my preferences and choices and decisions for what they are, and be okay with that. That might be a sign. It's your journey. Don't make yourself wrong. For years, when I first started studying intuition, I thought signs would be like something bad, but signs really aren't like that. They're there to make you feel good. So if it's not making you feel good, it's probably not a sign from spirit. It's probably a sign of some doubt, worry, fear, shame, guilt that you're holding. And so everywhere you go, it's being magnetized, that guilty feeling. And explore it. Like, why do I feel guilt around this? Or why do I feel shame around this? And if you need to, seek support. A therapist, a good coach, talk about it. For a long time, I had a lot of guilt about being a self-employed person. And so every day, when I would go out in the morning for my quiet time, I would see people going to work, and I would feel guilty because I worked from home, and it was something I always wanted. Once someone exposed me to the concept of, oh, well, you can work at home, and you can run a business and focus solely on the work. That was one of my, and this is just my journey, one of my struggles with working in an office was that there were a lot of extras attached to it, when all I wanted to do was go and just do really great work and then go home and have fun, right? I was always a creative, and so I took jobs because I felt I needed to in order to support my creativity. And so in that process, you're working in an environment around people who are having human experiences, and they have their ups and their downs, and you have to deal, with drama, unnecessary drama in the workplace. And I didn't like that. And so now, working for myself, There's no drama. I get to get up every day and focus on the work. And I love that. But for a long time, I used to get up every morning and feel guilty when I heard other people going to work, as if I was bad. And so you could take that repetitive message right from within and think, oh, this must mean I need to get a job if I'm feeling bad and every time I see other people going to work. No, that just meant that I needed to do some work around the guilt that I was feeling and let that go so that I could step into the greatness that is being self-employed and working from home. That is a choice that I made. It's not any better or worse than anybody else. It's just a choice. And so once I did that work, then that stopped affecting me. I stopped feeling guilty about it. And so just because something is repetitive doesn't always mean it's an intuitive message. Intuitive messages, just like I told you when I was writing the book, and I kept getting signs about things that were showing up in the book, it felt light. It felt like the universe cheering me on. That's a real intuitive message. The other stuff, just junk within, you got to work through, and you can. You can do it with a coach. You can do it alone. Look at, what are my limiting beliefs here? What am I feeling guilty about? What is my fear? Write it down. And then do a releasing exercise. I've covered that in one of the videos. You write it on a piece of paper or a piece of toilet paper, and you either burn the piece of paper or you flush the toilet paper down the toilet to submerge it in water and clear that energy. And you say the prayer, I release this now for my highest and greatest good. I am now free. Matter of fact, let's do a releasing prayer here. I typically prefer to give you instructions that you can take and use and make them your own. But now in this moment, let's do a releasing exercise. Just take a deep breath. And think about something that you've been repetitively either thinking about or seeing or hearing or feeling that is probably not for your highest and greatest good. Think about it now. And see there being a basket in front of you, and you're going to put that in there. You're going to put it inside the basket. Whatever that thought is, if there's multiple thoughts, put in there. Keep putting it in there. All the extra thoughts, because even as I'm doing this with you in this moment, I've got some extra thoughts attached to it. Keep putting them in the basket, and know that you can repeat this exercise at any time. Keep putting them in the basket and breathe through it. Breathe through it. And now I want you to see that basket being lifted up to heaven in your bath. Spirit's taking it up to heaven. And then it's being cleared and transmuted and rained down on you as beautiful blessings, radiant blessings of health and wellness, of joy, of peace, of satisfaction, of true knowing. Allow it to wash over you. And from now in this moment, you will no longer be burdened by that thought, by that belief, by any thoughts around it, any fears, any sense of lack, any sense of shame. You will no longer be burdened by that. And take another deep breath. Now in this moment, we release that for our highest and greatest good. We are now free. We are now free. And one more deep breath. And anytime you do any type of releasing work, I encourage you to drink lots of water. I'm going to have a sip of water here. Because as I was releasing something that was being repetitive in my world. As I was doing that exercise with you, that's the beauty of what I do. I can channel information from spirit, such as leading you through that releasing exercise, and also, be here and human and present and going through the experience right along with you. I think that's where compassion comes from, is really being present in the moment. So drink some water. Drink a nice big glass of water. You know you can repeat that. You find it's coming up again, or there's some cousins attached to it, like some adjacent thoughts, some that's stemming from that. So maybe you release that one, but then you've got some other thoughts to let go of. Be willing to do that work as well. And once it's cleared, it's cleared. Once it's cleared, it's cleared. There might be some other things, like I said, attached to it. Clear those as well. And then proceed. You deserve to have what you want. You deserve to be who you want to be. You deserve to have the life you want to have. You're amazing and radiant and wonderful. And the universe is fully and completely on your side. And there's no reason to feel bad. You get to feel good. Always. So I'm Amy of Intuitive Coaching with Amy. Till the next video. Take care.